Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. It's Colin from Glass Half Broken, and today I'm going to talk about a film that I really liked back in the day. When I say back in the day, I mean like early 2000s. You know, well, to some people that's back in the day. And it's a little film called Pi. It's the feature film directorial debut from Darren Aronofsky, who would later do films like Requiem for a Dream, Black Swan, and The Wrestler. Yeah, this is his first film, and it was a film that I thoroughly enjoyed. But the thing is, I haven't seen it in years. So I thought, much like I made a video about me trying to remember the film Dreamcatcher. Well, that was a film I really didn't like. I thought, why not try and remember the shit that happened in Pi? Let's see. All right. So once again, yeah, this is a film that came out in, I believe, 1998, and I saw it shortly thereafter, like in 99 or 2000. And I've seen it since, but like maybe back in like last time was probably like 2004, 2005, maybe. So all right. So I read a little bit of the back of the box, and so I remember a little bit. So it's like, all right. So Max Cohen, he's this dude that he's really good at math, and like he's one of the things where it's like you can give him any kind of equation and he'll just give it to you right there. He'd be like 9,426 times 3 million something, and then you can just kind of go on, and then he'd be like and then give you the right answer right then and there. And he lives in this apartment by himself, and there's this neighbor kid that's always coming up to him with a calculator, and he's like, all right, what's this times this, whatever, and then he just gets it right off the bat. And so he's a math genius, and you see his apartment, and it's just filled with just computers and just wires and like just everything. It's just like it's a mess of computer parts and just stuff everywhere. And he's got this like really archaic computer which he tries to solve weird math equations. And he's all right. This is where it gets fuzzy. He's obsessed with the number pi, or he's obsessed with pi, and like he has this other math dude played by Mark Margolis named Saul, and and for those who don't, Mark Margolis, he was in Breaking Bad. He was like the guy in the wheelchair, the Gus Fring. He refused to look him in the eye, and then he was also Ace Ventura's landlord. But anyway, yeah, he was also a math dude, and they both of them obsessed with pi, and I forget exactly why. Like that one's it's like I think it was they thought that there was an end to pi or something, or that is that the string of numbers meant something more or something. So finally, so Max comes across a dude, and he's this Hasidic Jew. I don't remember his name, and he starts talking about how the Hebrew language is like all numbers, where it's like all the letters equal numbers, so you can actually, and then like the thing I remember was that if you take the word for mother and the word for father, and you add up those numbers, then it equals the word for child or something like that. So it's just like, oh, it's there's all these weird little things in the Hebrew language. So then eventually there's this lady that gives him money to do something. Like she. I remember in the film she like hands him like this big floppy disk that's like this big, and it's just like, we need you to do a thing with the thing here, and he's just like, well, I don't know. He's like, we're gonna give you money, and he's just like, all right, and that's totally. I'm blanking out. It's like just saying he puts that in there and he starts typing, and then there's like this the Clint Mansell music starts going like, and like then he starts typing, and then like he starts narrating about nature. It's just like there are patterns in nature, and then eventually something there's crazy Darren Aronofsky visuals where it's just like it goes like and eventually he comes across let me see, a 216 digit number. I believe it might be 250. I don't know, like that one. Somewhere around there, and it gets implanted in Max's head, and then it's just like, oh, I've got this number in my head, and it's crazy. And then like I think it was like earlier in the film, Saul played by Mark Margolis, was saying just like oh, you saw a crazy number. Like, how many was it? Like a 5-digit number? Was it a 10-digit? Was it 216? How many digits? And then later on, what you find out that the number that gets burned into his brain was 216. So, like, you remember that earlier in the film when he mentioned, like, was it 216? Like, you thought that he was just knocking off a number, but it was like, oh, that's, he probably found the number 2 or something like that. Once again, like, I'm going back and forth to the beginning of the film to the end of the film, and then all of a sudden the Jews come out. And then they're all like these Hasidic Jews, and they all like kidnap him. And then it's just like, oh, you found the 216-digit number. If you translate it into Hebrew or something, it's the true name of God. And so we need that. We would like that, please give that to us. And then Max is just like, no, it's in my head, it's burning in my brain. And so. Eventually, he runs away, and then the people that paid him to do a thing with the giant floppy disk, they start running after him, and they start chasing him, be like, we want that number 2! It's something! And it all has to do with, somehow related to pi, hence the name of the film. Once again, shit, dude. And then eventually, the end of the film, he takes a drill, and he drills directly into his brain. And then, and then you see the end of the film. He's fine. He survived that. But then he's like sitting on a park bench with the kid that usually does has the calculator out and stuff like that. And so then the kid's just sort of like giving him like an equation, and then Max is just like, and the kid's just like, it's 317 something, and he goes, oh, okay. And then like he starts doing it again, and then Max is like, I don't know. And then like I remember it like pans out, and it's just like, oh, there. And that was it. Like, oh, he got rid of the thing in his brain, and now he's stupid. That's what a drill will do. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's been a long time, but I'm pretty sure that was Pi by Darren Aronofsky. All right then. Well, if you like this meandering craziness of me trying to remember films from memory that I haven't seen in years, then subscribe and share with your friends and all of that good stuff, and I'll see you guys later.